The Grizzlies start this game off with Jalen Wells sticking like glue to Steph Curry, denying him everywhere he goes. We'll see him come down here, and Wells is going to stay in this kind of top lock position, not allowing Steph to come back to the ball to receive a handoff or to come off a screen, and it makes sense for Wells to try and stop all those actions altogether, but Steph has an easy counter here to just cut back door for the layup, and this happens because Edey's guarding Draymond out on the perimeter like this. He doesn't need to be all the way out here. He should be sagging back a little bit further towards the rim to protect against that cut. This is even more drastic from the Grizzlies here. Pippen is fully on top of Steph Curry on the perimeter. Again, they're just not letting him come back to the ball. They don't want him to touch it, and you can see Edey's now adjusted, not guarding Draymond out here. He's ready for this backdoor cut. Steph's going to try it anyways. He gets away from Pippen, but now Edey's protecting the rim. That layup is not there this time, but now there's a switch. Edey's on Steph. He drags him out to the perimeter, and you guys probably know what's going to happen next. It's just a little clear out, a step back, and Steph Curry magic. Here's more of that crazy denial. Wells literally guarding him from behind, and instead of trying that backdoor trick again, they go with a set play here. Steph setting the back screen, and look at Edey. They've told him, you're not worried about Draymond anymore. You're protecting the rim, but if you're not going to worry about Draymond, well, now Jalen Wells is left alone to deal with this screen. Edey's not going to be able to help him on this contest. Steph comes off pretty clean, gets a good look. It's a rare miss during the 50 ball. The clip gets a little cut off, but we can see Wells in that position again here, and Draymond says, well, if you're going to guard him from behind, then I'm just going to dribble in front of you, hit him with the butt screen. Edey's way back near the rim. He's not even close to contesting, and that is way too easy. This defense doesn't seem like it's working. They use Steph as a screener again here. This time it's a pick and roll with Jimmy. Jalen Wells is going to hedge to Jimmy, but he doesn't want to leave Steph Curry, so just for a split second, there are two guys guarding Steph. That allows Jimmy to get downhill. Now, Edey's going to leave Draymond to protect the rim again. Jaren has to scramble out to Draymond, but he sags off him, and now when you sag off Draymond, he's just going to find ways to free up Steph. Again, Wells is left alone to deal with that screen. Jaren's too late on the close. It's a bucket. Let's just keep running it back. Wells again going to stay in this position. Draymond with the ball, Edey protecting the rim, and they're going to go back to this little backdoor idea, but Wells actually stays with it here. He sees it coming, and he covers it well, gets his hand in there for the steal. Edey was there too, so finally we see a win for the Grizzlies. All right. Here we are again, but this time the Warriors adjust, and instead of having Draymond in the middle right next to Steph, they actually post him up, and Edey feels like, well, I can't sag off Draymond here. I can't just give him space to drive to the rim, but again, Scotty's on top of Steph, and that backdoor cuts open again. They draw the foul, and from this point on, the Grizzlies totally abandoned this defense, but it was too late. Steph made 10 threes. He had 40 points. They were